So we'll just start like we're normal, I guess. It's gonna be tough. All right.
It's gonna be real tough. Yeah, yeah. As soon as you make it official, it's like, well, how the fuck do I do this now?
That's it. Yeah,
Oh,
that's it. You just start, and that's the main thing, I guess. It's
I
starting.
guess so.
Speaking of,
Speaking of, here we
speaking
go.
of, welcome to Redundant Opinions, where the thing you need most on the internet is the voice of two straight white guys thinking that they're right about the world. Welcome, welcome in, everybody. My name is Kochie. This is Cami. And we're here to chat about, well, ourselves for the most part. PAX Australia, content creation journeys, and we'll probably delve into a tangent or two. If you find out you're coming back on the regular and you like the sound of our sultry, sweet voices, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for mobile notifications. And subscribe to Cami as well, because I'm the one hosting this podcast, so make sure you go check him out as well.
I'm just the eye candy that's not really candy. It's more like the candy that's been left out in the sun for way too long, you know.
It's like a melted pile of gummy bears.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've had it in the glove compartment, and I remember going on a road trip, and it was a few hours, so we left them in the glove center console. We went out and got food. We came back because it was, summer, right? And it's just a amalgamated pile of goo, and no one wants to eat
I
that.
can't. No. I've done it with chocolate. So I felt really bad about this one. So I once got gifted a bunch of chocolate from like some really nice chocolate place like down the road, like a couple of hours away. It's like, whoop, butt fuck middle of nowhere. And it was like a really nice set of chocolate. I'm like, cool, this is great. I left it in my car on a hot summer's day for a while, came back to it, and it was just a jar of words can't describe it. It was not pretty anymore. And look, mistakes were made. I felt really bad about it because it was apparently really expensive chocolate too. So yeah,
It's a science experiment by the end of it. Like it was pulsing. It's like
yeah. I did think I'd created a new specimen in there, but never again.
What's the thing from Iron Man? Congratulations, you've created a new element. It's like, oh no.
Except it's the element that no one wants. It's like
no one wants it.
No. Oh, very good.
So yeah, we started with a tangent. Good work, team. We're on to a great start.
That's tangent one done. Tangent one down. Holy shit. Well done.
Gonna have to have a record or a counter or something.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game to play, but I like it.
Yeah, we can have different stuff. I'm sure we'll go into many tangents. It'll be like, oh, this discussion will go off and talk about this other topic, and then we realize that it's been 2 hours, and we go, oh wait, we didn't get to anything that we needed to get to. Shit.
Content. It's fine.
Content.
It's fine.
Well, speaking of content, because we're very good at segues here at Redundant Opinions.
Yes.
You've been doing content now for 10 years.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, 10 years of my life. Holy shit.
I don't know whether to be happy or sad about that.
No, it's... I think disappointed is the word I'm looking for there. Been making YouTube videos for 10 years now. Streaming for 4 now on, I guess, I got to that later. But yeah, thanks ADSL plus 2.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I know, right? But content creating for about 10 years now, which has been a good time. Going through the waves of content creation and, identifying niches that you fit into and then how to grow out of those. It's the timeless tale really of content creation.
Yep.
But yeah, that's me, planet side for many, many years. For better or for worse, depending on who you ask. And
it's all about Call of Duty.
A Call of Duty gamer? No.
I'll be seeing you jumping around corners, hitting 360 no scopes for your montages.
Yes, sir. YouTube Shorts now. Apparently, that's the way to go. Anyway,
so many features.
I know, right? But yeah, no, that's really me. 10 years in the trenches of content creation, which, I think I've taken years off. It could be worse places, yes. It could be down at the local corner, but we won't get into that too much.
I thought you were PAX. Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir. Yeah. What about yourself, Kochie? What about you in the content creation sphere?
I've done many things. I've been around doing written reviews because I started a website back in 2013 after I lost my job in IT. at the time, and I was like, I saw someone like 6 months prior at an after party event, part of a community that I was a part of, and we're sitting, we're chatting, and we're like, these guys seem to do it all right. Maybe we should make a website. And then, of course, with every idea that happens at a drunken house party, nothing happened for like 6 months. And then 6 months later, he messages me and goes, "Hey, you still keen for that website?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah." I started a new job by that point. I was chilling. It was just a tier 1 support job, so brain turned to mush, and I was like, "Yeah, I write about things." So yeah, we started up progressbar.com.au, which is a independent website that's had its up and downs for the last now that you mentioned 10 years, I'm like, well, we're going on 9 years. I think 10 years is next year.
Oh shit. I had no idea that you guys were up that long. Wow.
So I've been doing written reviews and editing and writing reviews and editing other people's reviews and doing all that stuff for probably around that amount of time. Was able to go to events like E3 and stuff in 2015, kind of around when we peaked, and it's all been downhill from there. And also the rise of, Twitch streaming and YouTube content. It's hard to make that transition. But yeah, so anyway, I've been doing that, and then around 2017, I think, end of 2017, I was like, okay, I want to start this streaming thing. And I also I didn't have ADSL2. I had cable internet, which was really good on the download side, but you got about 100 meg down, which I was like, excellent.
That's top tier. Yeah,
that's good, especially in 2017. But it had 5 meg upload, and I was like,
yeah, okay,
I can manage this. I started streaming and realized that 5 meg was just like the peak time when no one else is using it. And
yes,
yeah, it would frequently cut out and things like that. So when I started doing, I guess, content, which like 3 days a week, 4 days a week, it was on a mobile phone of all things, where I physically tethered my phone with 4G and got like an 80 gig plan.
I started on the 4G iPad. Yep. When I started streaming, 4G iPad.
Had my phone slapped to the window. I was like, that's how you get the best reception. It's like longest cable.
Yeah. I did the thing, like I noticed that one day, my internet was dying and I was streaming and I was like, this is 4G, it shouldn't be happening. So I literally physically picked up the iPad, moved it to the windowsill, sat it there, and it started doing finding. I was like, okay, cool. This is not Witch's Craft. I'm not going crazy. So
no, it has some healing properties to the network, I swear. It's coming from someone who works on IT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did that. I've been doing that for 3 years, pretty much straight. And then gets to the point where you're like, well, I don't have a game I want to play. As you said before, I think, like, I didn't find that niche, and I wasn't keen to play Siege for another day, because I probably would have just done a lot worse things, because it's Siege and Siege is the worst. They bounce around a bunch of different games. Right then and there. Yeah, pretty much in game. And then bounced around a bunch of different games, and then took a whole year off because I had a new job at that point, so doing stuff. And now I'm doing YouTube, and now we're here. So that's my life story, I guess.
Love it.
I think we've both got some passion there in video games. Like, it's just always one of those things that, regardless of whatever we're creating, we're not going to make, Cami's cooking show or anything, or Kochie's cards and craft.
With all due respect, if I make a cooking show, the next time you'll hear from me will be smoke signals coming from my house. I'll be that'll be how I contact you going forward. Just
oh yeah, that brownies this time. I can smell it.
Yeah,
wafting through the breeze. So yeah, I like writing. We've got I guess similar styles and content where a lot of ours is scripted as well. There is that kind of not battle, but there is that battle between scripted and unscripted content where you can do an unscripted reaction to a piece of media or something like that, and it can be up in an hour, because you can go, I'm going to have a ramble about this, and this is my style of content. And you can have it up, and you do it in a day or whatever. Where and that gets you clicks because, of course, goddamn,
You're first in, best dressed, 100%.
That's it.
It's a rule of the industry.
Same with writing articles. If you're the first one to break something, I remember back in 2016, I think we had a world first article that was kind of our claim to fame at one point, where we just asked the right questions. It was about a kind of battle arena game called Battle Cry.
Oh yeah, yep.
So I was really keen on the game. I was like, this looks cool. There's cool weapon balance. There's cool class balance. And then it never showed up. Like, it showed up at E3. So it must have been 2015. It showed up at E3 and it didn't come to PAX. And I was like, Bethesda, hello.
What's happening?
What's happening with Battle Cry? And they were like, you know, you're the only person that's asked us that. And I was like,
really?
Like, did I do a journalism? I don't.
Am I a journal?
Am I in my journals? So yeah, I did the whole. We had a whole meeting with the PR people and everything like that, and we're able to go. Yeah, here's a full press release. You guys will get exclusive on it. You know, other people will probably go and communicate with us later because your guys are small time. And we're like, well, yeah, we could just be making up shit. You never know. So yeah, we were able to do that, and that was really cool because you just see this massive spike in traffic as it everyone awesome. Puts you as the source, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that, especially I think for YouTube videos as well, like if you hit that first or you hit that sweet spot of what people want, it can be a massive change in numbers and things like that.
100%. Like in the PlanetSide community in particular, like I'm definitely one of the priority points of contact for the community on that one when it comes to breaking news and getting videos out about updates and stuff like that. And I can only testify in saying that if you are first, it goes a long, long way. I'm not going to name names here, but there's a content creator who him and I are in the same sort of league as each other as far as size is concerned, and we cover relatively similar stuff. We've both got the similar style of content. But if I break it first, you can tell who's won on view count. And I think like, not to discredit its creator, but I've definitely been the first to break this stuff consistently the last year or so, and that's certainly helped in my growth in that field particularly. And I keep an eye on what my fellow creators are doing in the space because that's what you should do, honestly.
100%. It's not just about creating content; it's about watching content and getting in network.
Exactly, like keeping an eye on trends, keeping an eye on. I hate to use this word, but what your competition's doing. Yeah, because everyone's competing for watch time. There's only so much time in the day, and a viewer will choose your video or their video. That's how it works. But if you keep an eye on what the creators are doing that you're kind of versing for that time, then it does give you the edge. So I keep an eye on what those guys are doing, and I have noticed that sometimes there's a dip in their counts because they're the ones to get there later, and that's not. They're still good creators. It's just first and best dressed helps such a long way.
Yeah, you don't. Especially with news style videos, it is about who's first because I don't need to know about it twice.
No.
Sometimes I like to hear a specific person's take on that topic. Like I don't have any interest in PlanetSide, but I'll watch your video because you'll have a specific take and how it relates to the rest of the game. So I watch it anyway, and because I'm obligated to.
Yeah, you can't see it, but there's actually a gun to your head every time.
Off camera or something.
Perfectly positioned.
Of course, off camera, of course. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Where I think from the review side, it's like, well, I want to hear this person's opinion regardless. So it's the way you tackle that type of content, I guess.
100%. Yeah, no, I agree, and it's a delicate balance to find in the content creation space, which is what gives both the React channels and the scripted channels, which I think is the tangent we were on prior to getting on this one.
It's chaos. It's chaos already. Yeah.
It's what gives each their focus, if you will.
And that's it. But anyway, you've got. Like I watch channels that make a review of a video game or a movie or something, and it'll be 3 or 4 months later than the thing has come out. But the video is an hour long, or you know, whatever, and you can tell it's a full scripted
Yeah.
video as well.
Shit,
So
yeah.
like, but it's also about the content that you like. You know, TikTok and all of those are like, you know, quick content. Give me that dopamine or whatever the goody good chemical is, and move on to the next thing. You know, but it with those other ones, for me especially, I don't know if it's just style of content I like or if I'm older or whatever, but I can sit through hours upon hours of YouTube just playing in the background, all the video essays, just keep them coming. I'll just listen to them all day long.
As I've been getting older, I have noticed, and I say that knowing full well that I'm 25, and I sound like an absolute knobhead saying this, but as I've been getting
the old age of 25,
old age 25. No, as I've been getting older, I have realized that the video essay and the long form style has been the thing that gives me that dopamine hit a bit more lately. So I can only echo that. 100%. Speaking of dopamine hits, should we talk about PAX?
PAX. I was avoiding it only because I don't want to go into the nostalgia depression that is post PAX blues.
Speaking of dopamine,
yeah.
Speaking of dopamine, how about I ruin it all for you right now and just strip that away from you at this moment? Oh man, the post PAX blues. Holy
post PAX
shit.
blues, which is surprising. That was the only thing I did catch post PAX because I've been to every PAX and I didn't catch PAX Pox this year, which was hilarious. My legs were dead. I was in a pile of goo by the end of it, but I didn't catch anything. Masks.
Which, let's not kid everyone. None of us wore masks.
You should do it. I don't need to. I've got content to make. You should do it.
Oh my god! Did we just become the Karens of PAX?
I had the hair. I used to have the hair. All right, I don't have it anymore. So for those
I do remember those days. Remember those days.
Oh yeah. I saw tweets, or we were posting Team OC's TikToks and stuff because that's what we're doing now. Because TikTok, all glory to the algorithm, and yeah, our support squad was posting up some TikToks, and I went back and it had some of my old ones, and I was like,
"Oh,
why?" There's so much to maintain. For those who don't know, I had long silver floopy hair before this.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful, mate.
It's a pain in the ass. That's what it was. Staying like this, you know.
Yeah, understandably so.
We'll get a Cami beard as well. We'll get this transferred over. You know, we'll have the bearded boys. You know,
I've done a beard before. It doesn't look good on me. It does not look good on me. I look like I belong in a jailhouse somewhere. Let's just say that much. In a back alley, selling God knows what to the youngsters in the region. You know, it's not a good look.
You want to buy some Call of Duty montages?
Hey kids, want some double XP?
It's gristled Cami just
Jesus
coming out.
Christ! Hey there, kiddies.
You can make some money. You can make some money.
My next PAX side hustle is going to be selling double XP tokens to kids. Just at the back of like
the free merch. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
They go crazy over that shit. Like it's just
I don't get it.
T-shirt. I think we're jaded. We've just been to like I don't mean to be like we've been to so many expos. We're so popular and whatnot, but we've been to so many expos and things. Well, I know I have that I just don't care. Like I don't, and I'm gonna get a T-shirt. And the one that I catch is gonna be extra small. And if you've seen me, I'm not extra small.
Yeah, look, I have to I got it because I had I hate this word so much. The influencer badge. Oh, fuck off. Anyway,
creator. That was one feedback I was going to have.
Exactly. Yeah, my feedback. Anyway, I got the influencer badge, and with it, they sent me a shirt, which I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And I put it on, and it felt skin tight. I'm like, "Sweet, this is just a commentary on my physical being at this time." So thanks for that, guys. But anyway.
Yeah, well, it just needs to be one size up entirely just because it is the gamer convention.
It's the gamer convention, yeah, exactly.
It's not the muscle weight athletics workout triathlon, you know.
No. No, I'm built big, but wide, not yeah, not
Yes.
muscly at all.
No,
Anyway.
not at all. I cover my six-pack with a keg.
It's just hiding. It's shielded. That's
Oh yeah,
all it is.
just
Yeah,
hidden,
yeah,
hidden.
exactly.
For those who don't know, PAX Australia happened, oh god, almost a month ago now.
Oh, don't do
the
that to
9th
me.
of October,
God.
where we all
Oh,
went down to Melbourne for the biggest celebration in gaming and pop culture in the Southern Hemisphere, as so the tagline goes.
yep.
We had everything from games, well, AAA games, we had merch, tabletop stuff, cosplayers, indie games, panels, speedrunning stages, held lounges. I don't know, what did I say in my video? Lots of stuff.
Yeah. Free play.
Replay, community meetups.
Community meetups, exactly. Drinking, but that was sort of after, that was after hours.
That was at the expo though as well. There was a bar
True,
on
there
the
was a
PAX
bar.
floor.
I didn't visit the bar. Like the one thing I knew I was going to go do, I didn't go. But mind you, it would probably cost you $20 for a fucking red cup. But anyway,
Yeah.
but no, yeah, no, like yeah, there was a lot. There was it was quite a varied offering this year. I think some stuff that we'd not seen before, some stuff that we were used to seeing before and not be there. Quite the different experience, I think, to a certain extent.
Yeah, there was this kind of missing AAA, and I don't know really where it came from. Possibly, I was thinking more because TwitchCon was on at exactly the same time in the US, which obviously is going to make more money, but that had its own problems. Yeah, fucking foam pits and oh god.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
But I
No.
think it was also just the whole cancellation of last year's one. Well, not cancellation, but transformation into a online only event that kind of maybe put the big retailers on hesitation.
Yeah. I've heard some stuff in the backside from particular industry people that I won't get into here because it's not my place to do so. Like it's just rumor spreading at that point. But I've heard a lot of background as to why the big names weren't there, and it makes sense. Like it's as you say, it's the first big convention we've had in we joke 10 years, but 3 years effectively.
Yes.
And it's clear that even based on the stuff that we did see there, it's clear that everyone was a bit rusty. We haven't shaken hands in 3 years. We haven't been to these things in 3 years. We haven't, had an opportunity to network as such. People haven't had the requirement to stand up a booth and show off their products for 3 years. And between the exhibitors themselves, the actual booth providers, everything, like there's going to be a bit of wear and tear there associated with that with that transition back into normality. So
Probably
I
also
think
a
that
lot
was
of churn of staff as well, right? Like, people who are used to hosting those. I used to remember just seeing the same people at the same booths. And they'd be like, how's it going? Anything new? We'll do the thing, where I can just walk up and go, hey, whatever. And then, Kochie, hi, long time no see. I'm like, yeah, I'm in Brisbane. So it's a long way to get down to wherever you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was now I recognize nobody. Like,
I mean, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's clear that COVID has sort of rotated out a lot of these long time staff, which I mean, if there's ever a time to do it, pandemic's probably the time.
Yep.
And
People
it's
making up their
clear
own
that there's been
stuff.
it's clear there's been a total what's the one for a total sort of restart on the industry in a way. Which is that a bad thing? I don't know yet. I actually don't think that's such a bad thing. Maybe we needed it, but it's interesting to see everyone sort of get back into the groove, see the passion reignited, and go
I
from there.
definitely
Really.
think that PAX has done that, though. I mean,
Oh,
from a content standpoint, of just one thing, because I know those 3 years and stuff, well, even just 2 years as we got into those, just COVID and everything, has been really ridiculously draining on people. It's like, oh, cool, you're going to sit inside all day, and then you're going to sit inside some more and play some video games and on stream or do whatever.
Yep.
But on the flip side, some channels have completely exploded because of COVID. So it, because they grabbed it, they found that niche and were like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I lost my job because of blah or whatever. I'm just going to stream, and it worked out for them, and they smashed into content, and now they're doing really, really well. So
Exactly. Yeah.
each their own.
And it's great to see. I love seeing those stories of content creators sort of seizing the opportunity where it's needed. I love to see it, and seeing that passion from, I guess you could even just say like a new generation of a completely new generation, right? It's a new generation of passion, new generation of content creators, exhibitors, developers, so on and so forth. You could really see that was there from PAX. The first thing, the most poignant memory I've got from that whole event, mainly because I was plastered the whole time, but anyway,
It's a little bit blurry on the edges there.
exactly. But the most poignant memory I've got is, and you were there for this too, was the opening of the main hall, day one, just after the media early access, and the dude comes walking through the door, puts his arms up, and screams, "We're back, baby!" It was beautiful. Like it was just such a wholesome
Perfect.
moment. I wish he had said that like a little bit late, like when he was like, I wish he was a little deeper into the crowd because he would have gotten more of a reaction that way.
Hmm.
Um, but that was just, I think that was just, I genuinely believe that that was sort of like an amalgamation of everyone's sort of thoughts surrounding the event in the lead up to.
Definitely. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I didn't realize how much I missed it. And PAX, I think I said in my video, like PAX is great. Don't get me wrong. I will always recommend PAX as an expo.
Yeah.
But whether you're creating content or just like seeing friends or doing anything, like it's just a community. It's like, did you want 40,000 gamers and community people and maybe some content creators that you may have seen around the place to be all in one city for one weekend? You've got it.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
unmissable in my opinion for a lot of things. Like you'd have to be, I don't know, having a kid or something.
Getting married or something.
I
Yeah.
mean, even then, I mean, yeah. But
That's
no,
not medical.
sweetie.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. No,
sweetie.
sweetie.
PAX,
Yeah.
PAX is on. Sorry.
Taxes on. Yeah. 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 I mean, yeah. It's really that thing. It's true though. Like we spend 362 days a year, or geographically dispersed, right? Everyone's like, you got people in Brizzy, Adelaide, Perth, blah 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 blah, like all corners of the country.
And New
And
Zealand.
then there's this, well, yeah, New Zealand, true. Uh, there's this one weekend of the year where everyone is told, hey, come to Melbourne and let's hang out. And you see people from all walks of life there. You see people who are a bit more recluse. You see your cosplayers. You see your content creators. You see your general gamers. You see everyone, and it's good just to it's a real dopamine hit to see everybody who is passionate about the exact same thing all in the one place. Like there's no
Mm.
one there, giving anyone shit. There's no one there saying, "Oh, you like this? Fuck you." Like it's a
It's no
really
keyboard
wholesome.
warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no, yeah, the keyboard worrying stuff. It's a really wholesome event in a way. Like in a way, I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I 100% agree. It's one of those things. Like, I mean, I'm sure there was small controversies and negatives that were in and around the expo, but the general vibe of everybody there
Mhm.
was super positive. Like, there
Yeah.
was no one complaining except for their legs. There was no one complaining
Yeah.
unless they were hungover. Oh god,
Uh-huh.
oh, we had to line up for some coffee. Why? It's like, well, I'm angry that I'm hungover. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. But
Yeah.
even just standing around, like the indie booths, I think were a really good example where you
Mm.
only have one or maybe two setups there, and so everyone, you're kind of, I don't want to sound corny, but it's kind of like you're doing an in-person let's play, right? Because
Yeah, true. True.
and you've got 5 viewers behind you because of course you're standing there and you've got one setup and no one else is playing at the moment, so of course if they're standing there keen to play the game, they're going to watch you play.
Yeah, yeah.
So people were just getting into it, giving comments or something would happen in the game and they'd be like, and then we'd
Mhm.
all react together,
Yeah.
with something weird that or cool that happened.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see that, so you could just have a chat with the developers, of course, of the games because they're standing right there, which is awesome. But also just random people. You just have a random chat about what brings you to PAX or, what blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And you're like, cool. You're all just standing there waiting for a game anyway.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, nice to meet you. Bye. And then you just have a good life. You
Yeah.
just leave.
And you're never gonna see that person again.
No.
But you just take a moment to have a chat with a fellow gamer that's there at a convention with you. It's great. It's awesome. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like, and especially even on the content creator level, met so many people that I've never met before, or know they're by their screen names, you know, discuss like, you know, you just get to put a face to it. Like obviously we get to put a face to a name 9 times out of 10 because, you know, face cam is the new norm. But it's cool to see that in action, and you like get to shake a hand, you get to buy them a drink, have a drink together. It's an awesome event.
Yeah, seeing those guys, and just even when we're lining up for media pass or, you know, the influencer pass or whatever, and just being like, cool, I know that person and I know that person, and like, you're really cool and you're really short, and like the camera's deceiving.
You're really short. Oh, it's great. I mean, yeah, I was with when I was lining up on my media pass, there was a bit confusion as to which line we were meant to be in, and you know, me and these two girls that were also looking for the media badges were like, are we meant to be in this line? We just started like, you know, just having a yarn over that, and you know, we ended up getting to talk, and it was cool. It was like, yeah, okay, this is a really chill event. I love it. So yeah, it's good. It just sort of, what's what I'm looking for here? It sort of, the word escapes me. It
PAX
calms
good.
everyone. It PAX good, yeah, PAX good. You know, my monkey brain go happy.
The goody good chemical.
Happy juice go flow. Anyway,
yeah.
oh dear.
That is it is one of those things, and we don't really get to experience that much, especially everyone's, I don't want to say equal, because but yeah, it is kind of that space where we're all there to look at the same thing. We're all there to check out everything, and if you don't want to check out that stuff, you want to be by yourself, well, there's places to do that as well. You know, there's quiet spaces, there's community lounges, there's, I mean, if you're a Twitch partner, you can go and be a zoo animal in the Twitch booth, which was a lot better than the last PAX, because the last PAX, if you were a Twitch partner, you got like a special booth, and you could like go there and you could meet other partners and you could do meetups and stuff like that. But last time in 2019, they had like a half wall separating the partners in the booth to then everybody else. So people could just come up and just like be like, hello, you know, and
can I smell you?
Hey, I don't even have to ask. I'm just like, and just run away, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And people would be talking over the top of each other. Anyone, not that I know because I'm not a Twitch partner, but I saw it happen. All right, I got friends.
I'm relevant. Damn,
I'm relevant. But this time it was a what is best described as a zoo, essentially. Zoo enclosure.
Yeah, it was like an exhibit. Zookeeper was standing at the gate, not letting, you know, the humans in, and then, you know, all the exhibits decided to go in and sort of hang out. So
I think get free coffee apparently.
Oh really?
There was free coffee in there as well.
That's
they
actually
did like the cappuccino with the dust on top in the shape of a Twitch logo.
Okay, I respect that. That's actually pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Oh dear. No, but yeah, it was good to see.
You did your PAX vlog. You don't do vlogging that often.
No.
How was that?
So my arm hurts after carrying around my beast of a like so. Every you can see it every year. My PAX content changes due to production quality. So my first ever PAX was 2016, and I started out with a little blue handheld piece of crap. Like we're talking action cam. You know, it fits in the palm of your hand, no external microphone whatsoever. Wasn't a good time. It was a rough video. It was a rough 3 days, and I even went as far to edit and render and upload the thing while it PAX for day one. So I made the mistake of going, yeah, I'm gonna get this out in one day. It'll be fine. So I was editing the day one video until like 3 a.m. Woke up, went to PAX 9 a.m. the next day, went to the media lounge, edited the rest. Let's remember this well. This is not a content creator laptop. This was a piece of shit with an i3 and 8 gigs of RAM in it. Not a good time.
Hits render, goes to PAX.
I hit render and I lowered the bit rate considerably to get it up in time. It was bad. Thankfully, the MCEC internet was good, so that was all right. But it definitely hurt the production quality. And then next year, I bought a proper camera. Got a proper microphone set up, but the lens was terrible. Like the lens had me like zoomed in right on my face the whole time I ever vlogged. It was terrible. Like it looked like it looked like one of those terrible job interviews you do on your like $20 webcam and stuff like that. Not a good time. Then I went to PAX next year, bought a better lens, better microphone, so on and so forth. And this year I had, much better camera with like great color depth, better sharpness, much better lens, with a handheld grip that could record remotely. So, and it had a tripod in it too. So I was able to do a lot more on the content creator side of things. And I mean, you saw my kit. It was
Decent.
pretty
Yeah.
extensive for what the weekend was.
I was keen to see that next year. That's kind of what I'm aspiring to, I think, is just getting good lenses so you can do that. Oh, I'm going to put the camera, like you can't see on screen, but by arm's length away. I can record myself, not even that, and actually record myself doing that stuff.
Yep, exactly. Give you more freedom of content, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, like vlogging for me is something that I've tried to get progressively better at over the years because it's just so unnatural for me. And I think streaming's actually helped with that. But yeah, it was a very to come back to vlogging again at PAX felt very different, but at the same time it felt kind of at home at the same time, if that makes sense. Like it was strange, but it was also just so invigorating to be doing it again.
Yeah.
That it just sort of
it was that passion, I feel. It was that energy. And
yeah. Like I wanted to get to the booth. I wanted to show off the gear. I wanted to talk about it in the moment. I wanted to the cosplay. I wanted to film the cosplay. Like there was so much I wanted to do. I showed you. I had a fucking checklist on day 3 of stuff that I still needed to get, and I was like, shaking. Like I need to get this. My legs are killing me.
It's just like,
can't
deal
bro.
with this.
Like,
yep.
It was so good though, and like, yeah, that passion of like just being there, being able to vlog again, and so the vlogging was one thing. Then there was the edit. And
I heard about this. Yes.
Yeah.
Some of it.
Yeah, and you guys know me so for those who don't know me,
he's a YouTuber. He's Kamikaze78. Yes.
thank you kindly. I one thing I've always held very strong to me is production quality is always king. Like, if it takes me a little bit longer to get a video out, I will focus on, which is going kind of back on what I said about, being first is best dressed, earlier. But anyway,
be first and also best.
Exactly. So when I was doing my PAX vlogs, I thought to myself, okay, how can I make this better? How can I do better on what I did last year? So last year I started really implementing better transitions, stuff like that. This year I was an absolute dickhead and decided I would subtitle everything manually, animations and all. That took me
How'd that go?
out. Look, it took me way. I can't even quantify the hours. I can't. It was. Yeah. There's an empty fridge that will tell you the story. But yeah, like but despite the amount of time it took, the amount of fun it was to edit that together, and just as someone who also really enjoys film and IRL filmmaking and stuff like that, being able to go out to a convention like that and do some IRL filmmaking and then bring it all together and work out what transition works best with the shot, how does this loop into the next one, telling a story through the weekend was a really exciting experience. Being able to tell that story of what PAX is like over the 3 days, what you get to see, what you get to experience, what the community vibe is like. And I don't know if I did this well or not, but that's something I cherish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference too. Like the production quality, as I said for your videos, has gone through the roof. You can see that it's not only like, oh, I picked up a few tricks and tips, or I did this. It's like, no, there was passion in those videos. There was.
Cheers.
I wanted to show. You wanted to show off PAX. It wasn't just that. It was like, hey, look at how cool and fancy this text is. It's like, no. You want to, like, this PC looks cool, and it's not just for show. It's got some shit on it, and it's really powerful and way out of my budget. All right, like,
yeah. Here's what I'll never be able to afford in my lifetime. Yeah. And seeing your telling of PAX as well was also really, really cool as well. Like, yeah, I really enjoyed watching your perspectives too with your videos.
This is the part where we jerk each other off. Obviously, we're just
this is the circle jerk part of the podcast.
The social perk. So the PAX as a whole, I think was pretty excellent. But I think it was mostly from the community side. There was the AAA Missing. Indies were the kind of stand-in because a lot of people were just like, I just want to play some video games. God damn it! Like that's all. Yeah.
When your biggest booths are a Final Fantasy 14 raid demo and Sonic whatever the hell.
Sonic Frontiers, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you remember it because I sure as hell don't.
I wasn't standing up in the line for it, that's for sure.
No, and when the only next generation console presence at your booth or at your convention is a free play area, multiple free play areas, in fairness, but when that's the only representation you got from next gen consoles multiple years after they release, it kind of makes you go, huh? What's going on here? So, yeah, I definitely agree. The AAA side of things was missing, and it was missing in a big way.
Yeah. Because there are games coming out. Like I thought even Blizzard or Overwatch 2 would be there. Like you've got this massive Call of Duty. Just
there was no what?
You have Activision. You have Activision with COD, and you have Overwatch 2. Literally the two shooters that could dominate the market right now.
And are dominating the market right now, it has to be said.
No one else is playing anything else.
No.
And they're not at the biggest convention. It's like
no.
Okay.
No. And what do they replace it with? An Amazon Prime Video booth. Which I was like, bro, come on. It's like, I didn't go in that booth. I may be discrediting big time, but like
Amazon had 3 booths.
Yeah, they're true. They had their shop
they had
booth.
The Prime booth. They had the shop Amazon booth. Then they had the Meta Quest booth.
And then I guess you could say they had Twitch too.
Oh yeah, right, yes. four booths. Yeah. That was owned by Amazon.
Yeah, there was definitely something missing, and you could tell. You could very well tell. Like even the skyline of the signs, you could tell something was off. And you know, I remember when the exhibitor list was announced. I first thing I did, went through it. I was like, yeah, what's going? And I went, so okay, I've passed N and there's no Nintendo. Okay, surely PlayStation. No PlayStation. Microsoft. Nope. Okay. So it felt, and I went into so I knew what I was getting into, but anyone who didn't have the due diligence to check that, which let's be real, nobody really is going to, because it's just considered to be normal to be there. No one. I thought that would have been a bit of a sort of a bit of a shock to some attendance.
It was as well. Like I was talking to friends of friends who went down there, and that's exactly, they were gamers. That's it. They didn't do cosplay. They didn't care about tabletop. They are poor casual workers, you know, who are just save up all their schmeckles for this weekend. They're not there to buy $300 worth of hardware. So they just wanted to play the latest video games and chill out with their mates and go home. And they said it was shit. I was like, you know, that's fair.
It's a fair criticism. Yeah, it's a very fair criticism. And and even like the EB Games store wasn't there. That was
odd too.
That was a big part of, like, it took up half the show floor last time. Like, it was massive.
They used to have EB Expo back in the day. There used to be
which
EB
is no
Expo,
longer
which is no longer a thing because they had a partnership with PAX.
Yeah.
So they had EB Expo come into PAX's thing because, I don't know, maybe it just wasn't profitable or probably money. So like, okay, we'll just put an EB Games show floor or Zing or whatever it was on PAX's floor, and now it's gone. So I was like,
Yeah, and you could very much tell that
player as well.
Huge. And even like, you know, there was small, I say small, there were other notable players in the hardware market that were also missing. SteelSeries, not there. Razer, not there. These are both massive companies that have attended every year I've been. Corsair
wasn't there. Yeah. And they've all got, Corsair's got a smaller ANZ market. I think they've really only just recently started their Twitter account actually in ANZ.
I mean, but
Razer and
they've shown up
for sure.
Yeah, but Corsair have shown up every year. They've been there every year I've been to PAX. So yeah, there was definitely a sense of something's missing, for sure. And even the size of the booths of the people who did show up. Asus definitely was smaller. Like, because I've been very well welcomed by the Asus. Big shout out to Asus ROG, not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Yep.
Hashtag not sponsored. No, I've been very welcomed by those guys every year I've been. And last year, 2019, their setup was way more extravagant.
3 years ago. Yeah.
3 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah. But yeah, it was way more extravagant 3 years ago. I
wonder if it does come down to money or something. You know, just.
sort of a risk thing. We were like, it's been that long. Will people show up to this PAX? Well, 80,000 people did. So, um,
Hmm. It definitely
yeah,
makes a
I think
difference.
I think this is definitely a proof of concept year for sure.
PAX, the beta test. Like
The beta test. Yeah, this is the beta test of PAX, I think, again,
it
after
does
all
it
these
does feel
years.
like it, yeah.
Mm.
Which it is only a good thing. I know it sounds like we're shit talking PAX about how it's bad, but
No,
it's not.
no,
It's still
no.
excellent, and I still highly recommend you go.
Yes.
Like I'm got PAX Blues at the moment, but it means that next year is going to be even better because now we've had the proof of concept. We know that it's not going to be cancelled unless COVID 2 Electric Boogaloo comes along and fucks everything. At that
Yeah.
point, I think most of us have given up by that point. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless that happens, I think we're pretty going to be pretty confirmed for a massive PAX 2023.
Yeah, I hope so too. And it's very clear to me that the excitement is there. Um, Now they just got to deliver. And to play devil's advocate, I really hope they don't look at the success of this latest event and go, "Oh, we can get away with this now." I'm
Ooh, yeah, that's a good thought, actually. Shit.
spicy take, and I hope I'm wrong. But the pessimist in me does say that I hope they don't take that approach because the games industry has been doing that as a whole lately. But anyway, um,
Mm, you're not wrong.
yeah. But anyway, yeah. Being devil's advocate aside, traditionally speaking, the last, you can see it, 2016, 2017, 18, 19, the years have only gotten better. Showings have only gotten better. Um, and I hope they can sort of take that and run with it.
That is the hope. And it was interesting as well, I think, like things like Bethesda, like they've got
Mm,
nothing at the moment, right?
no.
Like they've got no new games coming out. Obviously, we've got Starfield or whatever the Elder Scrolls new stuff's coming out in TBA. Um,
Mm,
but they put on an event instead. So they
yeah.
put money into an event that was
Mm,
free for most people, if they could get in. That was just like
mm,
an experience where they changed a complete venue into Bethesda type stuff. I didn't go,
yeah, for
but
sure.
they spent their money on that because that would have been expensive. That would have
Yeah,
been maybe
100%.
more than a booth, or that would have been at least what a massive booth would be,
Yeah,
in the thousands upon thousands of dollars. But they
yeah,
decided to go, well, it's PAX weekend. We know people are going to go. And we know that people want parties because, like I said, PAX is great and all, but then you still need to do nighttime stuff. And that's where you want to go
hmm
and out and drink, and you want to go in and hang with friends.
yeah.
Drink Coca-Cola, of course. Sorry. Yeah.
He
Responsibly.
says as he's drinking a beer on the podcast. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
But yeah, it is the other way that they can spend money there is they can get
Mm,
have an event instead. I remember when like wargaming was a big thing, which
mm,
like they had, you know, uh, they got money from somewhere. Let's just say, I don't know where they get money. Maybe their game really is that popular. But
hmm
their production budget and stuff for ANZ was pretty massive. They were like,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll just have this massive party. We'll just have party and have this massive booth and come play our game and blah blah blah. Um,
yeah.
yeah, now they're non-existent. Really, I think they just got recently picked up by Riot or something. Like that
Oh,
crew.
seriously.
Mm.
Really? Wow. Okay. I
Look
knew.
into
I
it.
knew.
That's just a rumor. There was some there about the team that was handling Sydney ANZ type wargaming is now owned by Riot, I think.
Really, I find that interesting because I thought Riot also bought out the company that handles War Thunder, which is a very interesting monopolization of that market. But anyway,
Yes.
um,
Yeah,
yeah, and
this
I
was
think the
17th
same.
of October. Riot Games acquires Wargaming Sydney studio to accelerate development of live games. See,
Wow,
good work, brain. That was 13 days ago.
there you go. Oh my God. But yeah, like the same could be said as well for Alienware. They often make a big showing as
Yeah,
well at PAX, and they were clearly sponsoring the Fortress events.
yeah.
Which sad I didn't get to check out myself, but
Dude,
that's okay.
Fortress is so good. Like
I
we
need
even
I need to
we
go to
even went
Fortress. Yeah.
on the Monday or we went on the Tuesday, I think, because we went during the day because
Uh,
it's open pretty much all
yeah.
day as well.
Yep.
And it's really cool. Like
Mm,
shout out to Fortress. You should go if you're in Melbourne.
yep.
Um, Yeah, they've got, because we got to go for the Fortress Gala event, which unfortunately we couldn't get you a ticket to because you were doing your
That's
own,
all
you were
good.
doing your casino night.
Well, it was also, well, I would have preferred to have gone to the Fortress Gala event because I just lost money at the casino and didn't have a good time. But if I had gone, a Fortress Gala event got announced literally the day I was at work for a day, and for those, I can't take my phone into work. I'm not allowed to take my phone into work. So I found out that the Fortress Gala event was a thing at lunchtime, and the tickets were sold out. So I was like,
It
cool.
goes quick. Yep.
It does. Yep. So it's a big old catch-22 that comes with the work I'm in. But besides that, yeah, I did have a bit of FOMO with that event, but that's okay. There's always next year. There's always next year.
Yeah, that is the thing, right? It is all going to be back next year, and that is the good thing, right? We're going to continue doing PAXs and continue enjoying that experience. But yeah, for Fortress's sake, the events and whatnot was really great to see because, yeah, it's just the event is the venue itself is cool. Like, they've got an esports arena, and it's like it's a bar. It's like, yeah, but it's kind of like 3 levels, and it's got all different stuff, and the whole main area is like got a tavern aesthetic. So you've got like hearths and fires and big long tables and weird figurines and stuff on the wall, which is really, it's just really cool. So but yeah, those events are a part of it as well, and they're networking opportunities as well, because I think outside of those types of events, a lot of creators kind of will just have their own little drinky things, and it doesn't really give many people like a chance to network like they used to back in the day. There used to be like that one person or that one group of people that everyone just kind of flocked to, and they were happy for everyone to join, and we just take over a bar. Like that used to be the way that we did it.
Yeah.
Back in the old days.
I mean, I think what a part of me that thinks that, you know, because we haven't had an opportunity to do this for 3 years, I'm sure people were probably using this last week as an opportunity to catch up with the people that they knew most, probably as a priority. Like, you know, we haven't seen each other for 3 years. Let's just link up, enjoy our drinks this time, and then networking happens next time. So I'd argue that that's probably what was going on, but, you know,
makes sense.
I did notice that there was definitely way less, like, you know, talks of, we're doing this, let's just take over a place and let's just, you know, all dive in on this one location, because been in those situations before, and it's a great time.
Everyone just ends up at the casino anyway.
exactly right. Yeah.
Shout out to Lumia Bar.
Lumia Bar, fucking Lumia Bar. Jesus, I spent way too much. I didn't go through my credit card statement until after the end of like the actual weekend itself.
Ooh.
It's been 3 years. Okay, that's.
Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. It's like I've been saving the 2 things I've been saving for the last 3 years. All right, a 3080 and PAX. They're the 2 things. All right, like I got those 2 things. So
for me it was a house and PAX.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
3080 just kind of happened. I don't know how that kind of got slotted in there.
That was just a very drunken night of PC case gear, and it's a dangerous time all round. So, you know.
Is that a new thing? Is that like a nerd thing where you just get drunk and you just order like it's window shopping?
Absolutely plastered. And instead of like walking down like, you know, Brooklyn Street in, you know, in New York, looking at all the window shops, like, oh, PC case gear, what you got? Oh, 4090, I don't mind if I do.
I'll take 5, yeah.
I'll take 5.
The bank calls you at 11:30 at night being like, we found some in weird transactions on your account. Is that you? Yeah, it's me. I'm gonna mine some coins.
Just the bank's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Your accountant calls or something, for those who have them. It's just like, yep. Yeah. What the fuck? Don't trust
tax write-off. Tax write-off. Oh dear.
I'm the worst at to when I hear other people want to do it as well, because I am quite an enabler for that type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, hey, you want to go and do this? Yep.
Don't ask.
Yeah, don't ask. Just we're doing it. Yeah, sounds good.
Don't ask me for any monetary advice, because I will be the bad influence. I will tell you that you should go do that and put you into years of debt. Okay, do not listen to me.
There's no effect on me.
No, it's not my life savings I'm pissing down the drain. That's on you.
You should totally do it. By
Yo,
the way,
bro, I
save
want
all
to
your money and go
travel.
to PAX. Yeah.
Oh my God. Redundant opinions with the horrible, horrible financial takes, as we expect to see.
It's got Kochie on it. He's wonderful at financial opinions, don't you think?
Yeah.
Great economic
Which,
advice.
yeah, sound.
Hmm.
Uh, in all seriousness, don't listen to us.
No,
Don't do it.
no, we're
No,
idiots.
no, yeah.
We're redundant.
Professional idiots.
Yes, professional idiots. I'm a professional ragamuffin. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
But yeah, PAX.
But
I
yeah,
mean, I know we've been talking about it for like, I don't know, half an hour, but it
at
really
least.
is. There's no way to really cover the whole thing without going. Um,
Mm.
there's not enough time, even for Cami's plans and my winging it, and
No.
no AAA. There still wasn't enough
Yep.
time to do everything.
No.
It is like most things, a game of focus.
Uh-huh.
You're like, do you want to do indies, or unfortunately, it's like you can't have what is it? You can't have a lot of hobbies.
No.
Like, you can't be a cosplayer. I mean, some people can. You can't be a cosplayer and want to play all the games and play a D&D session and buy some tabletop stuff and also meet some friends and also, it's just buy some hardware and check out all the tech. Like, there's just and see some panels. Like, there's just not enough time.
Yeah, you have to make sacrifices all weekend. And I feel even stronger in that regard for the larger end creators who are contracted out to come to booths and to actually, represent. Like they are locked there. They maybe get like a day to do free time. It's like you can feel it. It's like that is a lot of hassle
Oh
in
yeah.
that regard. Yeah.
Stay small, guys. Stay small. That's your advice.
Stay humble, kings.
Stay humble. But there's some really good advice. I know how many panels we went to one panel
Yes.
about the working with brands and as a content creator, because you're kind of at that stage where you could potentially see your work be paid for or whatever, and where I'm obviously not, but it is still good to get that kind of advice to know your worth as a content creator. So how did that kind of affect you?
I found it really interesting. It was, and I'm glad it wasn't just a panel of content creators. There was talent managers. There was an actual brand there. I forget her name, and I do apologize. But I know she works with Lenovo.
Jenna Woods.
Jenna Woods, that's it. Yes, Jenna Woods. Yep. No, big shout out to Jenna, and big shout out to Jenna Woods as well, because she was very kind and made me feel welcome at the Lenovo booth when I went and visited them. So yeah, big shout out to them. Yeah, it was very kind of them. But anyway, great to hear their advice from the working level, working with creators on that side, not just creators working with brands, but brands working with creators. That was an awesome back and forth to see. And I asked a question about personal worth and identifying how to scale your worth monetarily, because I feel like with most creators, that's the biggest fear we all have. It's like, okay, I don't want to undersell myself, but I don't want to come across as too, pushy on price, and lose this deal over that price. But the general consensus I saw is that if a brand wants to work with you, they'll be happy to negotiate. So you just tell them what you think you're worth, and they'll tell you otherwise, and you just negotiate. So that was really eye-opening to me personally.
Yeah, and it is one of those. I don't want to say it's like a trade secret, but really only people talk about how much they charge to their personal friends.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of little groups of creators, and unless there's some kind of controversy where people were like giving out contra type, contra, or the free product for work type stuff, it's like it's not unless there's like a big blow up at a company about that. You don't know how much people are getting paid for this type of stuff, or it gets leaked somewhere or whatever. So it's really hard to determine as well.
Yeah, it's very rarely public knowledge, which is fair, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you got to sort of build your own knowledge base on and figure out what you're worth on your own. So yeah, very, very, very good conversation to be in on. And I know Phil from GGWP, Fid from GGWP. He led a lot of that conversation as well, and they've helped out a lot with stuff that I've done in the past. So yeah, it was a very good panel to listen in on and have chats with them and ask questions for sure. I know you went to a panel as well. Without like you went to another panel about. Did you go to another about writing
freelance
games?
journalism? Yeah,
Freelance journalism. Yes.
Back
How
in
was
the
that one for
olden
you?
stuff. That was entertaining because they didn't just have editors on there. They had a freelance journalist who essentially makes their living on freelance
Wow.
pieces and things. Well, yeah, it's pretty prolific in that kind of freelance game journalism area.
Quite a career title to have, yeah.
Yeah, just freelance journalism. And then I realized like how much people are paying for those things as well. Which it's weird because they ask you to submit pieces to them, and it was like anywhere between $150 to $300 that they would pay you.
Okay.
For like and this isn't just a press release copy paste. This is like, no, this is a story you wanted to write about that you would then share with that, Kotaku or CNET or whoever.
Of course.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see like what people do and how many people don't make pitches as well, because they'll have one idea and they'll write the whole article and then they'll go and pitch it and they'll be like, no, and then they'll get the shits. Like it's like making your first video on YouTube and then getting 0 views and then never making another video. So they kind of went over that and then went into like make a pitch, make some consistent networking things, Twitter, everyone, as much as Twitter is a shithole, especially now because Muskie owns it. But it is still like Twitch for streaming, it is the best place to network and create a brand and show yourself off, because it is a public conversation. It's not two people having private conversation. So if an editor and a journalist are having memes at each other and you dive in on those memes, they may not remember you the first time, but they'll remember you on the 5th time, because that's just how it works.
Repetition in a good way though. In a good way. Yeah. It is. No, it's interesting.
Don't be a twat. Also, like that. I know that's probably the most difficult part. And you're like, well, these guys are dickheads, and like we are, but we're the good kind of dickheads, where people actually like us for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. Like for the most part. Like it's all about knowing, like, how you're gonna. What's the word? It's all about knowing how you're gonna approach that networking opportunity. Like, you don't go in expecting the world. You don't go in like, because if you act like a dickhead with 100,000 subscribers, they're not going to be interested in you because you're a brand risk at that point. You need to be likable, and you need to be someone who they can see you working with. It's not just the size that matters.
That's how you use it. I just want this slow zoom on my face right about there. I just need to just like.
I can't fucking believe we just worded that into a podcast. My God, it's day fucking 1, bro.
Start from the bottom. Now we're at the bottom. Nailed it.
I feel like I'm playing Minecraft. We're just digging down.
Straight to bedrock.
Straight to bedrock, my guy.
Anyway, I do have a story though that you don't even need 100,000 subs. You can be a nobody and still no one wants to work with you as well. We had luckily that we're not dickheads, but we had an event after. I can't remember what it was. So tangent to my own story is that I would used to fly down for every event when I had it was a game release for Last of Us 1, and it was a night event down in Sydney, I think Melbourne, it was Sydney or whatever, and we got invited. I was like, hey, if you make it down, we'll love to have you for free, and you can check out the game, do a preview on it, whatever. I'm like, cool. Awesome, no worries. I flew down, paid for flights, paid for accommodation, flew back, met some people, did networking, and then the next event would be like, oh cool, it's down in Melbourne and it's for Bethesda and we're checking out Fallout. It's like, cool, I'm there, fly down.
Yep, done. Yep, awesome opportunity.
Yeah, and it's great. So we were able to do that just from networking, but and then we'd go out and drink afterwards, obviously, and then that, again, it's one of that things. It's like the first event, no one knows who the fuck you are. Like, hey, I'm Kochie from Progress Bar. They're like, cool, that's it. You have a chat about video games or whatever, and then they get a vibe of you if you're not a dickhead or not. But then, by the 5th or 6th meetup, they recognize you to the point where they still remember me now, which was hooray! It was my moment of like talking to one of the previous editors of CNET, and then they were like, "Hey, Kochie," and I'm like,
"Hi."
I was like, "Oh,
yeah, yep."
So yeah, it's my little story. But yeah, the point was that we had an event where it was me and the guy I work with on Progress Bar, Brendan, and we were meeting up for drinks with what's his Yug, Guy Blomberg. Guy runs basically PAX as a whole now.
Oh, yes.
So he's that people person that everyone just flocked to. But we're like, yeah, we're going to drinks here. We're going for drinks, blah, blah, blah. We're like, cool.
Yep.
We're standing outside. This random guy comes up who I maybe have talked to once before online.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, cool. Chilling, whatever. Having a good time. Yep. Like, all right, well, maybe we'll just go in and we'll get a beer or maybe find a table for everybody because we know people are rocking up. And it's just this random small pub. We're like, cool. This guy, we're standing there like we're not exactly, this guy walks in, basically pushes the door open to this pub.
Oh, God.
And I'm immediately like, we should go. Like, I was like, he walked in first. He was the go guy, and I was like, all right. And
no.
He moved around like he freaking owned the place, and we're just kind of like hobbling along, like, oh god damn it, we got the weird one. We sit at the table, and the bouncer guy, the security guy, comes over and is like, everything all right? I was like, yeah, we just wanted to order a beer and have some food. And he's like, yeah, I'm all right. And the guy goes, all right, yeah, I'm all right, mate. Calm down. And I'm like,
oh no,
fuck. And he's like, you guys need to leave straight away. And I was,
fuck's sakes.
So I was like, do we have to go too? Because I don't know this guy. And he's like, look, unfortunately, you're part of that group. You could try and drag him in later. Sorry. I'm like, can we come back later? He's like, you can come back tomorrow. I was like, fuck. Anyway.
Oh
so
my
we walk out.
God.
The random guy's pissed. He just like walks off. And I was like, awesome. We were in there 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30
Beautiful.
seconds. And got kicked out.
Fuck's sakes.
And we message Yug and we're like, hey, so we got kicked out.
Thanks to random dickhead.
Thanks to this random dickhead.
Yeah.
Help. And so the guy moves the event. Like, he goes, oh, we're not drinking there anymore. We're going to go. That's okay. We can go drink somewhere else like this. And I was like,
oh, no.
No. We were just telling you we weren't going anymore. Like, there's going to be other people showing up. He's like, no, it's cool. We'll just move it. It's chill. I know this other bar. It's really good. And then... and so we all moved. Christ. And I was like sitting there being like, I'm buying as many drinks for people as I possibly can. I'm sorry, this wasn't my fault, but I'm still going to do this. Because I'm sitting there freaking out like, oh no, I've not only ruined, like he's ruined his reputation, but he's ruined my reputation on behalf of...
You're in the firing line,
Yeah, I'm in the firing line because I was like, oh, okay, fuck.
Oh, no.
Out, luckily. But like, could you imagine it would have just been like, oh, well, cool, he's written off.
Yeah,
he literally got kicked out of a bar. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, crap. And it just goes to show, like, okay, you may, no matter what size you are in the content creation space, in the space that you're in, just act like a person. If you act like a know-it-all, then no. And I get oh no, that just pisses me off. No. I would have backhanded the bloke right then and there. Like,
it wouldn't have helped either. That's the only problem. It's like, mate, come on,
I know.
like,
fucking
bloody
hell.
bunch of toxic nerds. You must have just like had a bad day in COD or something and just wanted to. He was just pissed at the world.
he went 0-25 in Rust and just wasn't happy. Oh no!
It's those moments where you realize you're like, oh yeah, right, cool. That could have been like that. Okay, we're not going to associate with you because blah. Because you're associated with that guy. I was like, we're not. All right.
We're not. Yeah. It's just bad timing to be in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong person. Yeah. We've all been there.
I've been lucky. It's been very small amounts of that type of stuff, I think, which has been good. Yeah. No controversies here, thank God.
Yeah. So because majority of my audience takes place out in the United States area, I'm not that well versed in the Australian scene, which means I don't get approached as much, or I'm not doing meetups as much with the Australian scene. So I've been lucky in the sense that I've avoided that risk sort sort of just naturally.
Yeah, because there are a bunch of amazing creators and journalists and influencers and all that stuff, but sometimes it's like, well, maybe it's good I wasn't in that scene because
you
just avoid all of it and do your own thing. I think
looking at you, TwitchCon.
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean to throw shade, but
speaking, I guess TwitchCon, we obviously didn't go because why? But we both don't support Twitch anymore. I can't say that.
We're not on that.
I run Twitch Brisbane, but I don't.
I've disconnected all affiliation with that platform, so there we go.
I'm getting there as well. But yeah, TwitchCon, that was fun. And then now I think even after that as well, we've got these other streaming platforms trying to take over Twitch as well. So yeah, segue, I did it. Yeah,
I love this segue. This is great. Okay.
So, because Twitch is the best at what it does, but it does its shit. We've recently seen a lot of different platforms kind of pop up and then melt away, kind of into the nothingness that was the internet. Because people have business ideas all the time, and we have different ideas. I mean, there's things that pop up like Trovo, for example. It's essentially green Twitch. And that seems to do okay.
I'm laughing because I love this segue. This is great.
Yeah, we did it. No, I'm good at this.
Yeah, I can tell.
But there's also one that's recently popped up called was it GamerNetwork?
Yeah.
And oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was looking for the tweet right now. And I've just found it. Yep, there we go. There we go. Beautiful.
So this was a website that was run on a WordPress site, of all things, that basically is promising the world and delivering none of it, which is fine. We have Kickstarters that do that all the time. They're not asking for funding or anything like that, but they're really targeting the monetization of things because that's where Twitch is currently going wrong. We've had reports in the past, the CEO and stuff is out of touch with the community. They're running it like a business, and the guys at the top are getting shafted. The guys at the bottom are getting shafted.
Everyone's getting shafted.
Everyone's getting shafted for the sake of the business because apparently Twitch is really expensive to run, which it is. But it also is disingenuous in the posts that they make because it seems like, well, from the posts that they make, they are paying, if you believe the posts, they are currently paying Amazon the customer rate for a content distribution network that they sold Amazon. Anyway, like the technology. Instead of, if anyone knows how business works, which I don't, but I know, enough to know that they're not paying customer rate because it's their technology. Yeah. So they put out this big tweet longer or post on their blog post saying that they're paying customer rate, and that's why they've got to basically cut the higher end earnings pay by 20% after was 100K, I think it is, or something like that.
Yeah, huge amount. Ridiculous. And I think, and if memory serves, is that cut happening? I know that cut is happening over time. So I believe after 100K earned, you go down to a 50-50. I believe the year after that, it's just 50-50 if memory serves me.
It could be the case. I don't know if that's confirmed, but I hadn't heard anything about that, but that's even worse. Like, hey, there's no job in the world. I think they go, you're getting a 20% pay cut. Have fun.
No.
20%. No. And Twitch has some of the most abhorrent splits on the internet, I guess.
Yeah. Like it's disgusting.
It's pretty bad. The problem is it still is the best at what it does. It still has the best service. It still has the best community. It still has the best, as in the biggest, the ability to network and raid, and the features that everybody kind of wants is there because we don't have, take it back to PAX. YouTube wasn't at PAX. This is the best time for YouTube as a streaming and content platform to just jump up and start jumping all over everything like it gives it free blowjobs and pudding. Like this is what we need anyway. We need YouTube, but now we've got new things. Now we've got the GamerNetwork.
The GamerNetwork.
So what's the GamerNetwork, you may be asking? This was a wonderful thing that popped up recently from someone who has apparently been in the music business for a while is now wanting to jump all over Twitch's pie, promising a lot of things. Most recent tweet that came up was, instead of 50-50 splits for monetization for everybody, not just partners who get that split, because if you're just an affiliate, it's a 50-50 split. It's a 70-30 split. So 70% goes to the creators, 30% goes to the website on subs and gifted subs. 100% of the tips go to the streamer. So if you get donated, that'll be through the website, but you'll get 100% of the tip system, which is yet to be released.
Yep.
There'll be a 70-30 split on Pinit, which is essentially a super chat from YouTube, where you get to, and I guess Twitch is doing that now as well, but theirs is weird. And a 50-50 split on comment by GIFs. So apparently if you do a comment or a chat with a GIF in it, you can pay for that, and then you have to get 50-50 split.
Cool feature, actually. I kind of respect that. That's a cool feature, but
not too bad until people start paying, and then you've got, you know, these GIFs just absolutely spamming in chat. But anyway, money. They've also said there's no payment thresholds, compared to Twitch, who recently moved down to $50 pay thresholds, which was monthly, and which was previously $100. Then they've moved to 50, so they get paid more regularly, which doesn't make sense because they're getting paid monthly. But anyway, Twitch, come on. And there's no lower payout fees to streamers, and more info is coming soon, and no partner or affiliate needed to monetize. You make money from day one. This is the latest in the announcements posts that have gone through, and they don't have, which I find funny, is they've all this is on a WordPress site where you sign up, put in all your information, and then that's it. They've got a Discord server which has a maximum of about 3 channels in it. One of them being general, one being them FAQs, and then I think a voice channel, or probably some admin stuff in the background. And no mention of a content distribution network or a CDN whatsoever. I am really hoping that this product does well.
It is the living embodiment of too good to be true. It is. I'm sorry. Anyone buying into this shit right now is just huffing mad amount of copium. It is just wild to me. It's like the biggest player in the market right now, Twitch, is siphoning money, keeping their business afloat on a global scale. When you've got a platform like this promising the world with no, and they're not even advertising, I don't see any mention about advertising here, which is the biggest moneymaker for, say, YouTube, who doesn't have to cut their payments to streamers. There's no mention of advertising at all. So where the hell are they making the money to do this? We all know that streaming services are expensive as hell to run as it is. We also know that Twitch streamers, there is a very small percentile of Twitch streamers that are affiliates actually making money off of this platform, right? Very, very infinitesimally small. So Twitch is paying maybe 25% of their total streamers on this platform. Maybe a bit more. I don't know what the exact split is, but
I think if you're an affiliate on Twitch, you're in the top 10%.
Seriously. Holy smokes.
That was a stat that I got from Commander Root. Awesome, by the way. For any of your bots and follow removers, Commander Root is amazing. I found them through Path of Exile stuff, which was really odd. But
really fun.
He did a stat. They did a stat on all of the accounts on Twitch. That have streamed in the last 12 months. And 10% were the affiliates and 1% were partners.
Wow. Okay. So 10%, 1 in 10 streamers are earning money off of Twitch right now, and it's still siphoning money and bleeding money like nobody's business. I don't know what delusion the GamerNetwork are under to think that they can run a platform that pays out every single creator at a 70-30 split for the majority of their revenue. 100% if you're tipping. Like, how's this platform making money? Are they robbing banks in their pastime? I don't get it. Like, and the promises that they are making are wild to me. And look, it's very clear that they've said they're going to do an open beta, or they're going to do a sign-up beta to get this running and get this off the ground. like you, Kochie, I hope this platform succeeds. I hope it does well. I want to see competition in the space. I really do. But this platform reeks of too good to be true. And if I may as well,
You're not blocked yet, so
no, I'm not.
I got blocked on
How
Twitter.
willing you got? Yeah. They blocked Kochie for like, and they straight up decided to use me for engagement and were quote retweeting my tweets. Which since then, the tweet that I sent out about them got deleted, and then they republished it. I want to make that very clear. So I did a retweet criticizing their revenue shares and criticizing their current business model. They since quote retweeted me and did it twice. Then they deleted the tweet that I originally quote retweeted for the revenue shares and have since re-uploaded that to ditch the trace of bad engagement, which is just the shadiest shit.
Mind blown.
How willing are you for me to get into a bit of controversy right now, or a bit of backdoor information that I've received on this platform?
Have you read the Medium article?
Sorry?
Have you read the Medium.com article on this guy?
No. Oh, the dude who's running the platform. Yeah, I haven't read it, but I have been given information that he is a long-time scammer.
Yep.
Yep. There it is. Thank you. I want to say. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep. This thing. Yeah. This platform is going to scam people out of their money. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, it fucking dumbfounds me that people are like, yeah, this is going to do great, when Mixer shut down not 2 years ago. And that was funded by Microsoft, my dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be 5,000 Andys or so that jump across to go make some quick and easy cash, who bring across a community of maybe 10,000. So they'll be fighting for 2 viewers per stream, and it's not going to get anywhere. No one is going to go to this platform. Absolutely zero. No. And even if they decide, even if they decide to go, they talk about an algorithm, stuff like that. An algorithm only works when you've got people watching the content.
100%.
I don't want to be a negative Nancy about this, because I want to see competition in the streaming space, but
Which needs it. Which really needs it. As I said before, they're the best at what they do, and they do it shit.
Exactly, because they've gotten way too comfortable at doing so. But let's be 100% honest with ourselves here, guys. This platform is going to fail.
Yeah. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. You look at it and you're like, okay, you've got a WordPress site with a form. You haven't announced your content distribution network. You haven't detailed how your platform will make money, which again, that isn't really necessary. You don't need to do that. But when you're promising this stuff, that would be a way, because you would think, if you were self-aware enough, you would think, we're promising a lot. We either really believe in this product, or some cunt has a ton of money that is like, yeah, $1 billion. Well, just let the money run dry, and then hopefully they'll have investors, and then hopefully by the time that the money runs out, they're making money. Or this is my opinion. I'm not saying that this is correct. This is my opinion, so do whatever you want with it. But when it comes down to people not being paid out, can be paid out for any amount of money, and there's no protections, no security. I work in IT. The first thing I thought about all of this, I was like, oh, you're just getting a form to fill in all this stuff. I was like, oh man, I wonder what the security is on this WordPress site. But just things like the anonymous bits and stuff on Twitch that recently got removed. Like, it can just be used for a lot of different things. Abuse cases, money laundering, people sending money to each other super easily with no traceable things. Like, this is why Twitch runs the way it does. It's transactions cost money. Moving one piece of money to another place on the grand space of cyberspace costs money.
Yep.
It all comes back to money.
Which is why there's that transaction limit as well for Twitch. It's gonna cost this website more money to move transactions of the money that they're moving from one person's account than the money they made via the transactions, especially if 100% of the tips are going to the streamers.
Yeah, they're making no money off it.
Yeah, what if someone donates $100, right? I don't know what the transaction fees attached to that are to get that moved on a commercial business level from Yeah, no idea. They've made no money. They've lost money during that process. They're also spending money on the streaming infrastructure. They're spending, and if they've got no ads, how are they funding that? Like everything about this platform reeks of it being a scam to me. And I urge everybody, don't sign up for it. I'm sorry, do not sign up for this beta test. It is yeah, yeah, yeah. No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm just thinking like say XQC or like one of the biggest streamers, Kaisent, I think was one of the biggest streamers that popped up recently.
Yeah.
You know, he had 90,000 subs, and you're like, okay, so let's do even just the 50-50 split. There's 90,000
I'm
subs.
doing that right now.
And at times by $2.50, you're looking at about 225K of money. And you're going to move that from your platform into someone's bank account / PayPal and not charge them anything.
Well, they did say
50-50.
Yeah, and they did say that the payout fees were coming, right? They did say that payout fees were going to be a thing, but they haven't told us about how it's going to be. So unless they charge the larger creators, because they have said that this platform is designed for the smaller creators, which if that is true, my understanding
tax the rich.
tax the rich. What the concern I have with this platform as well is if they're going to start charging to scale, it means that the creators that do get big on that platform and do generate the revenue and do bring them the traffic that they need are going to be the ones that get fucked off the most.
Or they'll just move.
It's like, it's just such a, bro, like this is drunk or high at 3 a.m. with a fucking, like, with a diploma in business going, yeah, bro, here's how we're going to take Twitch down.
We got him, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And that's before going into, like, that's just the promises and the technology and the money and the business side of it. Like, that is just business. Like, that's before we get into the person or the people. We've only seen of one person that runs this. This is all done by one person. We haven't seen anybody else working on it. Who
is anyone working on it?
I don't know anymore. I don't know any more in terms of that. Who bloody knows? But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Because like, again, we want to be positive, but much like human nature, I guess, it's like you can't just promise the world and then go, oops, sorry. It's we made an oopsie.
I would love to be proven wrong on this. I really would. But yeah, the onus is on them to prove me wrong, not for me to sort of go blind. Oh yeah, it's fine. Like, and before all that, to create a platform like this, where like you're creating a product, sure. And you're not entering a market where people buy a product and then call it a day and take it home and use it. You're creating a product that people will need to attend day in, day out for it to be viable, right? This is not something that you can just sort of, we've convinced one person on day one, that's it, we've made our profit. That's not how this is going to work.
We did it, boys. Pack it up. We're going home.
Exactly. You are talking about making a societal change to a very stubborn group of people. You are talking about...
Microsoft tried.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Yeah. Bill Gates himself decided he wanted to give Amazon a run for its money.
William Gates the first, yes.
And they failed. Like, I want to be very clear on this. You are talking about making a society... Like, you're not talking about just making money. You're not talking about just paying your creators. You're talking about making a societal impact to the way in which multiple millions of people spend their afternoon after coming home from work. You're talking about making a change in human nature behavior. Like, YouTube can do it because YouTube was the first, and it is the best at what it does. It is a part of...
Number one website, Google. Number two website, YouTube.
YouTube. Yep. They're the number one most viewed video platform. like eclipsing Twitch by a significant margin, and they're the second most searched searched search engine. The top one being Google. Like
they're the
there
ones
is,
that can
yeah.
do the resources. They've got the algorithms, but there's something we can get on probably next episode where we can go
Yep.
into like the differences between the big players, like Twitch and YouTube and tackling content, because people want to move. People want to move off Twitch, but the problem is, and we've seen it in the past, is that people don't do it the right way. And so that's
people
probably...
continue not to do it the right way. And I
Exactly.
say that as though I've got like I'm a successful full-time, which I'm not. But I also watched the people who are successful do it and know how to do it, and everyone's doing it wrong. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
Conversation, as you say, conversation for next time.
Yeah, we don't want to dive too much into it because we're getting through time. But yeah, See, we told you we can talk for a while. That's why we set this up. You're the person I was like, me and Cami can bullshit for 2 hours.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
The interesting part there, I guess, as well, is it was anyone that would have the goal to criticize or not be a 100% positive about this GamerNetwork product would get blocked or whatever. I think rebutted, and not even rebutted as in like, we know our brand, we know we're strong, we don't need, why would we reply? We don't need to. You're beneath us. We're creating something for the future. Fuck you. That's what it should be. You announce something and then you shut the fuck up. That's it. And then you let, that's how you let tension and hype stir. We do it with our Team OCE stuff. Even at the small time, we announce something and nothing else. And they go, ooh, what's this? What this? I like. This sounds cool. And then everyone starts talking about it. And then we're like, he.
I mean, their response to my original tweet was, "Who said we don't have money?" It's like, bro, that's
like
like
5.
Congratulations on addressing like, fuck's sakes, bro. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. Anyone that says anything not 100% positive gets blocked. I made a tweet. What did I say? There we go. Remember, kids, if it can, that was to all the promises. I retweeted and said, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. While Twitch sorely needs competition in this space, all promise and nothing delivered makes this a flash at pan at best. The popcorn has been delicious though, and oh boy, it has. And I was blocked for that. So
yep.
The people who work on this system have previously stated they've worked in the music industry, which is fucking cutthroat. Like, you need to be the best at what you do in those spaces. So you'd think they'd have a little bit more thicker skin than the average Tumblr user, but here we are. And they're retweeting and memes and blocking people for doing that stuff with legitimate criticisms.
I feel like this is what happened if you gave a Redditor $1 million. Like, just someone who got banned off of r/Twitch decided he was going to make his own platform and, start being a fucking moron about it.
Speaking of Reddit, I think I need like a exclamation mark remind me 6 months. I know they're going to launch next year or whatever. Well, they're launching next year.
Yeah. Well, I'll be your insider on that. I'll still keep an eye on there on their Twitter. As I say, like, prove me wrong and I'll be happy. Genuinely happy to be proven wrong.
100%.
I'm also entirely expecting, them to come screaming into this video comment section and try and tell us how we're wrong. So, I look forward to that too.
That's fine. My voice is bigger than yours. I'm the one on the screen here.
Yeah, exactly.
And as the opinion says, it's two straight white guys talking about how they're right in the world. So that's what we're here for.
Oh, but we're careful that they'll weaponize it against us. You watch it; it'll happen.
Yeah, that's fine. We started at the bottom. Now we're at the bottom. I can't go any lower, right?
No, exactly right. Yep. Ah, fun times. Yeah, fun times. I look forward. To it.
We need competition, but like, when I think about, and I guess like Mixer and stuff, they did do it wrong. They had a lot of good technology. They had good technology. They had like the level up system, and they had no delay. Like, it was instant,
straight on. Yep.
When you put a chat in, the streamer saw it. It was really good quality. I think you could. I can't remember if you do 1440p, but no, that's YouTube. I think YouTube you do 4040p streaming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They had a lot of really good features, and just people created their brands on there, and even they couldn't do it because people just don't use the platform.
No, the viewers didn't show up. The streamers did.
Ninja and Shroud, who got multi-million-dollar contracts, who they were the real winners in this deal.
Oh, they walked out with bank, and that is just disgusting.
Gross.
Like, no discredit to them. That was a great business move, but oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're still whatever they want, and they're chilling.
Yeah. They're set up for life.
But yeah, not Amazon. Amazon's already done it. Microsoft has tried.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they did it wrong. Maybe they didn't target the right audience. Maybe they didn't target the right people.
Mm-hmm.
But for me anyway, it really feels like it's a 2-horse race for that type of content.
Well, yeah.
And
right now, they're both going at it.
Yeah, and YouTube's got some stuff that's coming through. But again, it's a different type of content that it is primarily pushing. Twitch is obviously, it's like, Twitch is the streaming platform. It is the pinnacle streaming platform, and it will stay like that for a long time. Until there's either some grand thing that they fuck up that causes this mass exodus of people who actually make money on the platform, because all these small streamers moving to another platform actually saves Amazon money. I'm sorry, this is coming from a small creator. You don't matter to Amazon. Sorry.
Yeah,
me making amazing content, but dropping the pond.
Okay, so you talk about the big thing that Amazon will fuck up that'll cause the exodus. I think we talked for this. we talked about this at PAX, right? We talked about this at PAX, and I think we were plastered, so who knows if we remember it. But my hot take, my spicy prediction, if you will, Twitch will ditch Amazon Prime subs in 2 years max.
Interesting.
I reckon Prime
you think
subs,
Amazon's going to drop Twitch, or just Twitch is just going to kill the Prime
Twitch is
gaming
kill
side of things?
Twitch is going to kill the Prime subs in not the Prime gaming, because that gives them views and gives them clicks to their ad revenue.
Right.
The Prime sub you get with your Amazon Prime subscription, gone. I reckon that leaves the building in 2 years.
Interesting. That is a hot take. I haven't heard that one before, so that would be interesting.
I all of the decisions I've seen coming from Twitch as of late, it's clear they're bleeding money. It's clear that they're struggling. It's why they're siphoning 20% out of their biggest creators. It's why no one less than that has ever gotten a 70-30 split. And it's why they're pushing more ads. It's why they're pushing these new super chat features and de-anonymizing bits, stuff like that. I truly believe, and I'm happy to be proven wrong on this, but my hot take is that Amazon Prime subs or Twitch Prime dies in 2 years.
Yeah, actually, it makes. I mean, I don't really support Twitch too much, but I watch people on Twitch, obviously. But I don't really sub to anybody, because we've got other creators that I watch that are like, no, don't give me subs. Like, donate if you want. But I got my emotes on BTTV. Just use that. Don't use Twitch emotes.
I rotate my Prime sub around every month.
Yeah, exactly. Like every month I just chuck it around to somebody, or there's one hired creator who's like contracted to Twitch and they're not leaving because that's their job and that's what they're not going to do anything. So chuck a sub to them or something if you feel like it. But that'd be interesting actually, because that is like a.
So right now I'm a free viewer on Twitch. I see the odd ad, but my Prime sub is the only thing I'm spending money on that platform. But I'm not really spending it on Twitch, aren't I? I'm spending it on Amazon. I'm getting my Amazon views. I'm getting my Amazon subscription, that sort of thing. I'm getting my free shipping through Amazon.
Prime is so good. Actually, no, that's actually a thing that maybe, like, I'm pretty sure Amazon just bought Twitch just so that it could get another thing for people to buy Prime subscriptions, right? Like that's probably what they did. Yeah. And shit rolls uphill, right? So if you're bleeding money at the Twitch front, Amazon's bleeding money. So if Amazon is bleeding money,
by offering this Twitch partnership, because people are spending less money on their Twitch platform and therefore they're earning less money through Twitch, what do? You eliminate the freebie. And I genuinely believe that'll happen. Like, the decision making that's been happening on the Twitch side of things tells me that that's coming.
It's very businessy. Like three years ago when we were creating content, both of us were streaming on Twitch at that point, I think.
Yeah.
It was very much creator stuff and everyone boosting the communities, and there was these like even smaller communities. They had communications, they had networking. There was a lot of support for even smaller communities like Twitch Brisbane and things like that, or the small little hub Twitches around Australia. And that's pretty much gone because they don't make any money, because it's just a party for Twitch creators and they can just do that themselves. Like, why would they spend money on all that stuff when people could just buy that on Amazon and buy merch and things like that? It's not a celebration of content creators anymore. And this awesome platform that we're all on together, it's okay, let's make more money. Which, capitalism, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's my hot take. There's my hot take for the end of the for the podcast there.
Everyone will have to change their redeem thing where they're like, any primers in chat? It's like, what the fuck's a primer?
Yeah, exactly. Please let me know down below in the comments if you think I'm right or wrong. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, do that, because or any of the hot takes, I guess, that we've had with how right or wrong we are. If you're going to switch to the new GamerNetwork Co. And run off into the new platform that is going to change the face of gaming.
You don't know it now, guys, but it's going to happen.
It's definitely going to happen.
Mara and Pa Kettle with their crystal ball foresaw this moment. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we're diving into conversation topics that we are going to get to next time.
Yeah, we got plenty more times. We've got another one. The moment, this is the trial run, this is the pilot episode for Redundant Opinions, so we'll be doing this every 2 weeks at the moment, and I'll try to balance my content between that and my normal content, and Cami can just put up his face here every 2 hours, no, every 2 weeks for 2 hours, and then I get to edit it, so that's fine.
I was playing in the sun fields off in the distance somewhere doing my thing.
Yeah. You just like skipping through the flowers.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, we've all got our content to do, and this is just an addition. I've wanted to do a podcast for a little while. It was on my goals when I started up on doing YouTube and stuff, so here we are. We did it. It took 6 months. Cami, where can they find you, and what content are you working on now that Modern Warfare 2 has been released?
Yeah, sure. So right here on YouTube, as well as on Twitter and TikTok, at Kamikaze78 everywhere you look. I've managed to secure my handles everywhere. Thank you, Papa YouTube. But yeah, no, so yeah, at Kamikaze everywhere. I also have an Instagram at CamiCamera78, which I hardly use, but you know, we'll get around to it at some point. Now that Modern Warfare 2 is out, it's a first-person shooter. It's all my things. So you're going to be seeing a lot of guides, weapon reviews, a whole lot of stuff coming from me in the next probably 6 months. And when Warzone 2 comes out, we're going to be doing all that again, because, you know, Warzone's an entirely different game, apparently, with different balancing. So, yeah.
Did not know that.
Well, not really. It's like, you get your armor and stuff like that. So longer time to kills, stuff like that. Different builds work. So, yeah, we'll be pumping out the Call of Duty content while still harkening back to my roots every once in a while. But yeah, definitely a fresh face for the channel, I think.
Definitely a good face, and I think our time for the game has been pretty positive. Like, it is still COD, right? But yeah, it has been a positive experience when we're not screaming at them incoherently because they jumped and 360 no scoped us around a corner.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. I need to resist the urge to jump back on and play now. I actually need to do some proper work. So yeah, that's the problem I'm facing now.
Like, no, I worked. Technically, this is 2 hours of work, right? No, no, get into real work.
No, yeah, it's not how this works.
And you can find me on Kochiefy for everything, Kochiefy. I've also got my handles everywhere, including TikTok, which I haven't posted any videos yet, but I have made an account. So apparently it's really good. So I've heard really terrible things about it.
Old man shakes fist at TikTok.
Damn you, TikTok. Yeah, so we may post clips from this show over there, snip it up, do other things. It's a work in progress. We'll kind of work with this as we go, but it gives us a chance 100%. To provide some redundant opinions to the internet.
Hey.
Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like if you liked it. Tell us your favorite part. Tell us what you're looking forward to later on. We've got probably game stuff that we'll be talking about for the rest of the year. If we've played any video games during the year and things like that. And any ideas for future things. If you've got something you want us to talk about or cover, it can be content related. If you're like, oh, how do I get started doing that type of stuff? We're not the most successful people in the industry, but we do have a lot of opinions on stuff that is founded in a lot of research and a lot of just experiencing and communicating with other content creators. So we like to waffle on for way too long.
Yeah, we could talk about this stuff for hours, which I'm sure left unsupervised in a PAX bar, we would have done so last weekend, or last couple of weekends ago. So
Have done, will do, and continue to do.
Exactly.
Oh, until then, thank you very much for watching. Do all the doobly doos, things, all that. Check out Cami's channel it'll be down there. You can at him now. It's cool. We can do the thing. Yes! It's so much easier. I don't have to do this weird URL. Catch our content. And we'll see you in, I guess, 2 weeks, I think. Something like that. Yeah.
Around 2 weeks' time.
We'll go from there. All right. Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, all.
Nice.
Well done.
All right, so I should probably start recording, hey?
Oh, fuck off. So that was the trial run. Now we're going to go again.